Alright, so again we have two smaller questions over here. And the first one is comparing the values of 111 over 1111 and 1111 over 11111. Alright, so that was a handful today. That's our first question. Our second question is comparing two fractions. Again, comparing two fractions, but this time it's needed to have each of them being represented by a variable because it's just so hard to say each of the fractions. But anyway, let's first start with the first problem. We had 111 over 1111 and 1111 over 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I like to do for this one is to first subtract them from 1. So after subtracting from 1, we get 1,000 over 1111, and after this we get 10,000 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what we get, right? This is their difference. And now you see that we have a relationship over here with the numerators. These numerators are the numerator is 1 is 10 times the other. So let's turn 1,000 into its equivalent fraction, which is equal to 10,000 over 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by a 0. So which of these would be greater? The difference from A or the difference from B? This one would be greater because it's the same amount, 10,000, but it's being divided into less parts, less sections, meaning that each part is greater. So which one is greater? That would be this difference right here. But again, we're trying to compare the values of these two fractions. And if this difference is greater and this difference is smaller, meaning that this would be the greater fraction because its difference with 1 is smaller. So the final answer would be this. So just catch yourself on that. Just because the difference is greater doesn't mean that the fraction is greater. All right? It's actually the opposite. So I'm going to take this and, so I want to keep my work. So let's shrink it. Okay, now let's move on to the second problem. Now this one looks way harder. So A is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones followed by a 0 over 8 twos followed by a 1. And as you can see, B is also the same. Now the values of A and B I think are very similar because if you take away this 1 over here and replace it with the 0, it's actually 1/2. And B is really close to 1/2 as well because if you take away the 3 and the 7, then it's also 1/2. So since the first 8 digits of A and the first 8 digits of B are so similar, in fact, they're the exact same value actually, the problem really is asking us to look at the last digit on each of the numerators and each of the denominators. So this is 0 over 1, right? Now, and this is 3 over 7. So 0 over 1, that's the same as 0. 3 over 7 is at least better than having nothing, right? So actually, it's pretty simple. Which one is greater, A or B? That would be B. You just look at the last digit. 0 over 1 compared to 3 over 7. Of course 3 over 7 is greater.